Cast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Well, hello, everybody. This is Kevin. Welcome, Scribblers. Tuesday evening. It is the 31st of May, almost June. Welcome, everybody. Glad to be back here. Hope everybody's doing well. Just want to give you a quick update. If I power off for some strange reason, we're having a normal Florida summer storm here, and they don't usually last that long, but just in case if we get lightning close, I may flash off for a few minutes. Just hang on and wait. I'd come back on. Hopefully it won't happen, but it's pretty dark here right now, so just a warning to everybody. But welcome, welcome. Tonight we're going to go over the Ghost Book on some of the meeting tonight. We're also going to go through some of the Book of Armor. We've been getting a lot of people asking to go through some of the editing and some of the tools within. So we want to give a quick update on how to use Sqribble in general, because a lot of people were confused on that. They haven't done it before. So we do want to walk through some of those tools as we go forward. And there's no better place than what we've already done with the Book of Armor, because through past episodes of our meetings, we have pretty much jam-packed this book with most of the training that we've done in the past. So we'll get back into that just a little bit. Hope everybody's doing well. And we'll be, like I said, getting into the ghost story. Thank you for the inputs, by the way, for the ghost story book. I really do appreciate it. It's a great way for a lot of you guys to get into writing your ebook and getting going. So there's nothing better than getting started. Because I know a lot of people, when you're out there and you're working alone, sometimes it gets a little difficult and you need that help. You need that push. I do. I need it all the time. Believe me, it's nice to have you guys here so we can bounce off each other with the ghost book. I've met a lot of good people, and some people are really kicking in with this experiment we're doing with the ghost book, and it's working out really well. I wish I had more time, but as we go forward, I'll put more into it as I possibly can. Some of our members are doing so much more than I ever could, and I dearly appreciate it. So thank you very much. I know Lynn has done a lot. So Lynn, I know you're on. Thank you very much for all that you've done. I do appreciate it. Percy, I know, has sent some things in. Edidine, thank you. You've been sending stuff in too. I do appreciate it. My hat's off to all you guys. So we're going to give it a few more minutes. People are still coming aboard. Welcome to Sqribble. If this is your first meeting, welcome aboard. And if you can, let us know that we got some new people on tonight. I see quite a few. Just let me know where you're from, if you possibly can. Just put your cities in once again, since we got so many people. Just put in where you're from. If you could, that would be great. Welcome. Welcome, you guys. People are saying welcome to me. That's great. Welcome, welcome. Just say where you're from if you possibly can. Welcome to Sqribble, one of the best tools out there for doing ebooks. And it's not just an ebook. It really is something that's amazing here. It's such a tool that I've used, and I've actually made some good income from it. So we will go through some of the tools tonight, but welcome. A lot of people haven't seen before, so that's good. That's good. Welcome to Sqribble. You guys will thoroughly enjoy it. It's a great way to get your content out there. I do have to say that Sqribble is one of those things that it's not just ebooks, it's training, it's manuals. It can be anything with information. And what I've used it for mainly is training manuals and documentation for companies for their machinery or for their business models. And I've made a good chunk of money from doing it. I actually have another company I'm working on right now. It'll be my fourth since I started this back last year. I haven't been in it that long. So for all of you that are brand new, I'm not that much further ahead of you, but I love Sqribble. It's been very, very useful. And I've written not a lot of books, but several that have done very well. So it's a lot of fun. Okay, so we got people from California, we got people from Canada, Australia, of course, the United States, where we're at, UK, welcome in the house. Got a lot of people. Okay, welcome, welcome. Just say where you're from. That would be great if you guys possibly can. We'll get started here in just another minute or two, and we'll get going. People are still coming in, so we will get going here. Like I said before, if I do fade out, just hang on. I'll be right back. We got a big storm here in Florida, so I just wanted to pass over so I don't have to worry about it going out on me here. So just hang on. Yeah, I know California is only 3 hours difference. I know Colorado's 2 hours difference. Now the people over east, you guys are 4 or 5 hours. Like in the UK, some of the places over there, you guys are at a long ways away. And my hat's off to you. I know it's late at night there for a lot of you guys. So thank you for being on. I do appreciate it. We got a lot of people on that are pretty good at Sqribble. Actually, very good at writing books. I've seen a lot of books that a lot of you have written, and amazing content. You guys are definitely different than the norm out there of people being online. You guys are more, I have to say, educated and just definitely wanting to get something going. So it's really great to have you guys showing me your content, showing me what you're doing. Like I said, I've probably seen a couple dozen books already from different people and some really, really good items out there. So if you're brand new, just say so in the chat if you can. Just say if you're just brand new, because I see a lot of people haven't seen before. So if you guys haven't been on the, in Sqribble long, just let me know. Oh, great. Yeah, somebody just said they joined in the last week. Oh yeah, last 3 weeks. Great. Oh, another just joined. Thank you. Great. Okay, a lot of people are asking me questions here. We'll get into the questions a little bit later. If you guys have any issues, like I said before, if you guys want to get into the ghost book, we're writing a ghost book. We'll get into it in a little bit, and then we'll let you know. You can send some content to me if you guys want to write a page, you want to write a paragraph. We're all trying to give some input into this ghost book. And I'll show you the ghost book after we're done here. So we're going to get started here in just 1 more minute. Still a few more people coming aboard, so we'll give it 1 more minute. So just hang on. I hope everybody's had a great week. We actually had a holiday yesterday in the United States, so most everybody had the day off yesterday, which was kind of nice. So a lot of us here in the States are just starting our week today. It was called Memorial Day, and it's one of our holidays, so it's a great holiday. Okay, we're going to get started. Okay, welcome everybody. This is Kevin, and tonight what I want to go through real quick, we're going to give a quick update on the editing tools and how to use Sqribble. And then we're going to get into the ghost book that we're writing. So I will do an overview on this. We need to do it. I've had a lot of people email me and ask me, please get into some of the editing tools. And I know the last couple of weeks we've been working on other things. So, it's really nice to do that. Okay, here we go. We got some questions. Okay. Here we go. The Book of Armor. For many of you that have seen this in the past, I wrote this book basically as a training module for Sqribble. Now, within Sqribble itself, there is training, and the training is wonderful. Adil has done a really meticulous job on training video by video, and they're really, really good. So what I'm giving you is just an overview of some of the tools, my version. Now, Adil's versions are great. Like I said, please go in there, and for whatever tools you guys have, watch the training process within Sqribble. It does walk you, right through it. I think the nice thing is if you're live on a webinar like this and you guys are on with me, then it's really nice that you guys can remember from the webinar where some of the items are, because if a webinar goes too long, you have to rewind, you have to fast forward to understand, if you need to learn something. I know myself, I learn from videos so much more than pretty much anything out there, because the videos really show me how to do it, not just, go through the text and the documentation, but having the video there is really, really nice because you can walk through it with a visual. So we're going to get started here. And a lot of you that are just starting, I do kind of want to show you some of this stuff as we go. Now, I'm going to try to edit a few items. And it's difficult when we're doing the webinar like this and I try to edit. Sometimes the computers freeze up because the bandwidth is getting choked. So I'm going to try it. And if it seems a little slow, I'm going to have to kind of back up a little bit. But here we go. Now, the way I started this, you guys, in any ebook that we start, if you're just starting with a book, what you usually do is you want an outline. And what I call an outline, of course, is your table of contents. Now, when I start, I'll do the table of contents. And you guys, for every book that you do, there'll be some dummy content that won't mean anything. And it'll say table of contents, and it'll be verbiage you can't really understand. It's just demo content, basically. But what you'll do is, like, if you're writing about national parks, if there's a national park in your country or in your wherever you're located and you were writing about it, you could put the first national park here and the second national park on chapter 2 and 3, 4, 5. Let's just say you're doing that. So you would come in here and you would put, say, Glacier National Park, Yellowstone National Park, the ones we have here in the States, Redwoods, whatever. We have so many parks in the United States. And let's say you wanted to write about them. So you would put it here. This is the way I do it. You don't have to do it this way, but this is just an outline for me, the way I do it. I'd put them here, outline it, and then say nothing else was here. We only had chapters 1, 2, 3. That's fine. Then I would jump right down onto the first page, and this would be page 1, and say the first park that I mentioned here, I would put the first park up here, or whatever I was writing about, whatever niche, I would put it right here in the blue bar, the header, more or less. And then I would find content and start writing the content. Now I want to show you something here so you know how to do the editing within Sqribble. Now this has already been written, but this is something I want to show you. When you click and highlight something, hang on one second, make sure I'm in the right editor here and not just the PDF. Okay, hang on a second. I'm going to jump back because I think I'm in the PDF version here. Yes, I am. I'm not in the editor, so I'm going to go back. I'm going to get out of this. Now, these are some of my different books and projects that I've written. So I'm going to hit edit because I've already gone through this. So if you're brand new to the program, like I said, we're going to walk through some of this. And we can go back and edit. It's going to take a second to load, so we'll just hang on here. It doesn't take too long usually. But like I said, it's a little slower when we're doing the webinars because we're taking the bandwidth pretty heavy. We got a lot of people online, and it just seems to take a little bit longer. I know when I'm not doing a webinar, it does go much, much faster. Oh, and by the way, while we're waiting for this, I wanted to tell you guys next week, I'm sure you got in the emails for it, Adil is launching his new program, Presenter. So I've seen a taste of it. I've seen what it can do. Amazing, truly amazing. He's worked a long, long time on it. So I'm excited about his new software next week, Presenter. It looks like it's much more advanced than pretty much anything we've ever seen out of Adil. Adil's genius with his team, very much so. Okay, here we go. We're at the book right now, and as I spoke, the first page, I threw the picture in here, and there's so much. We got videos on YouTube. And you guys can go to those and start looking back to the videos on the Book of Armor. We've had a lot of views on some of these books. So if you guys, if I don't go through all of it tonight, which I probably won't, you can go back to the videos. You'll see a couple of them like this and walk through them onto the YouTube channel. If anybody has the YouTube channel, so I don't have to go search for it for the company, please do it for Sqribble. Please put it into the link box here, the chat box, and I will show it to everybody that's here so they can go to that. Okay, remember what I said is if you were putting, if you're doing an outline, you're just starting a book, you've got to start with throwing content against the wall. You really have to. And this is the way I do it, and you can do it any way you want, but I know that if you throw something in there, you're going to change it up. You truly will. You'll change it, but at least it's something there to get started with. Your pictures, your mind will start to run. Everything will start to grow from there. And that's just the way it is. I've done this for so many years, you guys. This is not my first, book or by any means. I've been doing this for well over 15 years, writing content online. and it's been really, really good. People are asking questions here. Let me see if I can do it. Okay. Okay, great. Thank you, Lynn. Let me see if I can get this real quick. I'm going to copy this. Here we go. And I'm going to put this in the chat box, everybody. If you guys get this, I think that's it. Okay. If you guys didn't see that, it should be there right now. You guys should have it. So wonderful, wonderful. Okay, like I said, I'm doing a quick overview. We got more people that have just came in of Sqribble. I'm going to show you some of the editing tools. And what I mean is when you outline is basically when you come to the chapters, just throw something in there. Chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. Just throw anything. I don't care. And you shouldn't care either. Because if you're confused and you don't know what you want to write about, throw anything in there. Because as you throw stuff in there, believe it or not, it'll grow. It will grow and grow. I've had some of my best writing from some of the stupidest ideas. And then you come back, you'll edit, and you'll go forward. Okay, so here we are here. And you guys can see the editing tools bouncing around. The yellow bar is the advanced editor. It's the advanced settings. And the other little one, let me show you. Now, if I get out of this and I click, and then I just click on something here, this little white bar appears called the WYSIWYG. I know it's a weird name, WYSIWYG, but it has a lot of different attributes. And I'll show you real quick. Let's just imagine that I want to, right here where it says, what do you think Sqribble really is? If I want to change the color, right here, if you put your mouse over it, it'll say text color. If we do this, this is background color. So let's just say I wanted to change the text here. I click on the little arrow and I say red. Okay, so it's turned red. I'll unclick it. And there it is. Now, let's say I want to do something else, just so you understand the WYSIWYG. The WYSIWYG is your friend. You'll do a lot with it. If you've never worked with it, which I know a lot of you haven't, believe me, it's really easy. Go in there and just hit buttons, click, click, click. Just keep going, going, going. I mean, truly, truly. Now, if I want to bold it, watch. So you have to highlight it first. Let me get out of this. You have to get in the box, click, 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 until you see your little cursor. Then drag, left click your mouse, then drag over it, and then leave your mouse kind of within the highlighted area, or leave it highlighted, then hit bold. You see it, now I can hit it again. Now let's say I want to do italic. Watch this. So it does that. Now let's say I want to underline it. It just underlined it, so if I want to get out, it just underlined it. It turned red, it bolded it. Now let's get out of this and let's do a little something. I'm going to go back, highlight it again. I'm going to hit italic again. It'll take it away. I'm going to hit bold. It'll take it away. I'm going to go back here to the color and I'm going to hit the X. You see the X here? A lot of the WYSIWYGs don't have the X, but no color. So let's see what happens. And it goes back to what it normally was. So you guys can see a lot of cool stuff. Now I'm going to go back here. We have the underline and I'm going to show you something here that you guys are going to really like. For people that are new, they never know this. Okay, underline. Let's say that you have a website, and let's say your website is. I'm gonna do something here. I'm just gonna experiment. I'm gonna say yourwebsite.com or our website, and then I'm gonna say click here. Now I'm gonna capitalize this. And what I'm going to do here, okay, hang on a second. I'm going to say ourwebsite.com, just so you guys kind of know that. Oop. I'm having problems because sometimes when you're too close to the other box, it'll do that. So let's just say I want to make this clickable. So what you do is I wrote something here, click here. Oops, I got two. Spelled that wrong. Okay, there we go. So I'm just going to highlight it. And then this is really cool. This is the insert edit link. So just so you guys know some of the tools here, insert edit link, it'll come in here and it will say, our website, click here, title. You can put a title in here like my website or, sqribble.com, whatever. And then you'd put your URL. You'd put in HTTPS. The S is for secure. Most websites are secure nowadays. If you ever see the top of the bar and it says HTTP, and it doesn't say S, it means the website's not secure. most websites, if you buy domains through GoDaddy or Namecheap, they automatically do the S for you now, so your site is secure. So if you didn't know what the S stands for in HTTPS, S is for secure. Then you go that, and then you go // So you go HTTPS : and then a lot of times you don't have to put the www anymore. You can just put, whatever your domain is. If your domain is my Sqribble, .com or, Kevin.com or whatever it is, you guys would just put in Kevin.com or whatever your domain is. Then you'd hit OK. And then sure enough, I'm going to show you this. Let me do something else. MSN.com, which is a known website out there. Target, I'm going to say new window. If I put new window here, it'll do a pop-up and it will take you away from the site. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say none. And then I'm just going to say, okay. Now what happened is it did turn purple here. It'll turn many different colors. Now, if we go to the live site and I just say save, it's going to take a second. Then we go to the live site and then we click on that. It's going to take you to that website, which is really cool. So a lot of you that are brand new, just know this is really easy stuff once you get going. Now I can't do it here. I don't want to go out of here because if I go out of here, if I hit publish and we go to the website, let's say this is the live and not the editor, but I'm in the editor, and then I click on this, it'll be clickable now. When I put my mouse over it, the hand will show up. You guys know what I mean. When you put your cursor over something like a link, the little hand will show up on the cursor here. I'll click on it. It'll take me to Kevin.com or whatever you guys might want to put. So just remember, when you do that, this is the yellow editor. You have to click, and then the little white editor comes up. And you can do all sorts of things. Like you can say left justified, center, adjust right, in the middle. So remember, this is text color and this is background color. Now, background color, I do want to show you real quick because it's kind of cool. You can background it. And if you really want to hit the fluorescent, this will do the whole background. It won't just do the text. So you guys are learning. See that right there? That's kind of cool. That works. So I'm going to get out of that. I'm going to highlight it again. I'm going to go back in there. And I'm going to hit the X. And then you know what the X does? It takes it away. So we got the link in there so you guys kind of understand what's going on. Another cool thing is if I wanted to go down here, nope, I'm not going to do it because there's I'll do it in another area. So that just gives you a clue right here what we're actually doing. I'm going to take this out for now since we already got the book. Okay, now I'm going to go down a little bit and you guys can see some of the things that I did here. I highlight different wording because when you're doing your books, you want people to gravitate toward a special word. Sometimes I call it the hook. If you're writing a book like we're doing with the ghost stories, which we're going to go through and edit, we're going to keep editing it and making sure it's perfect. You really want to highlight words. So when people are reading your book, they'll gravitate to it. And a lot of times I call it the hook or the hooks, meaning you're going to hook them. Like right here, look at this. It's really pushing you to do the start process because that's where 90% of the people fail. Now, start process is kind of cool here. That's kind of a key word because it's in quotes and here we go. So I'm just going to, just for the fun of it, I'm going to put it in red and let's see. So people will gravitate and see that. It's not, you don't have to, if you want to keep your book clean, that's fine. But some of the books that I do are training manuals and this and that. And I just sometimes highlight the words just to do it. Another thing is people gravitate, believe it or not, to numbers. For some reason, people see numbers better than they see text. So if you can put numbers in your text as you're going, if you're writing a book or whatever you're doing, numbers people seem to gravitate toward. I think it's money oriented or something. It's instilled in all of us, but numbers really do have people, they really look at it quickly. They truly do. So you guys can see I got so much here. So this is page 1 or chapter 1, I should say. You can see where I highlighted different stuff. Now, if you guys wanted to do something different too, you see the yellow editor here. And now if I click here, Element Advanced Settings, watch what happens. It comes in over here and it shows me the font size. It'll show me the width of the page or the content and everything else that we have here. Now, this is important. When you guys start writing, we're going to show you everything. And within the book already, we do show you this in the book of Armor on the YouTube channel. You guys will be able to go in there and do it. So right here, I want you to look at something. See the width? And we're in this box. This box is 570 pixels wide. Now, if I want to go wider, watch what happens. It'll go. Okay, it's maxed out right there. I'm going to go smaller. So it's blocking me. Okay, let's see it. Now watch, it'll start condensing if I do it right. Hang on. 571. Okay, hang on. And the WYSIWYG is here. So if you want to change the width on a lot of this, I'm going to go down to this box because this box, I think I got something here that's stopping it. It is. This is what's stopping my other box from when I was trying to expand it. It's this box here. So watch this. I'm going to carry this one down just a little bit if I can. Let's see if I can move this. Okay, hang on a sec. Can move this one up. Now I can move this one down. Okay, there we go. Let's see if that's blocking it. This shouldn't be blocking it now. So if I want to go to the content and I want to go here, let's see if this stretches it out. It did just a little bit. Let me see what I have here. Now I'm going to put in here 680. Or yeah, 680. Let's see if it works. Sometimes some of the other attributes will stop it. 679. It did. It worked. You guys see that? And that doesn't look bad here because we have this block here. So I just pretty much said, hey, I want it to be a little bit longer. But I want to make sure it's kind of, and it doesn't look bad because this carries to here. This carries underneath it and still carries. You want to make sure both your borders on both sides, you can eye it for now. And that looks good. That looks good. So if I want to go back to this editor, you guys can go back here. And you see here, I went from 571 to 689. Normally it's around 700. Now the height will usually stretch for you as you go, but it's always wise. You can change the height too. And I do want to show you guys, there's so many other things we can show you. If you ever get stuck in here and you can't move this really, but you can get in here and you can hit this little button here. If you can get to this button and something's really crazy, hit move to center. Then this thing will move to the center and you can control it. And that's a safety mechanism for the system. And you'll learn as you go forward. You truly will. No borders. The border, okay, the solid. Font size. Now this is something else here. Let's try this. Let's see if this goes up. It does. Look at that, 18. Let's go back down. We don't want different font on everything. So we'll go back to 16. And there we are. So you guys kind of get an idea how the tool works. This is another cool feature. If a lot of times when I'm writing content, instead of me having to go to the elements grid up here, it's easier just to go duplicate, clone. Watch what happens. See, it cloned it. Now I could take this and I can take all the content out and write more content. So you can just clone a box and then take it away. Now I'm going to get rid of it because we don't need it. Yes, I'm sure. Goodbye. Another thing is here, convert this element to a headline. You can do that. This is your move button. This moves things around. And of course, this cancels it and just takes it away. So those are some of the quick elements that you guys need to learn as you're doing this, as you're writing the books. And some more people just asking questions. A few more people just got on. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so this is like chapter 2 here, and you guys can see some of the neat stuff that we've been able to do. The headline here, you can move the headline around and do whatever you want. The pictures. Now, when we write content, I always advise change it up. Like right here, these are bullets too. You guys have these bullets within the system here. If I click on this and you go to here, it's like the bullets right here. You see this? It'll automatically give me these bullets. See the little round dots right here? That's how this was formed. But what's cool is you can do content on the left, a picture on the right. Then you can go back and you can change it up here and pull this down a little bit, line it up, do whatever you want to. Don't get it, just keep it looking good. But you can go picture left, text right, picture right, text left. I mean, you can move it around, which is really cool. So you're going to be the one that determines how your page looks. But, we all do this. We all take it and you can move things around like this picture. Look at this. I can move this picture um, over here. Let's just move it down here for a second. Let's see if I can do it. Okay. And let's move this over here. Let's see if this works. Okay. I'm going to move this up here. It's going to be inside of here, which is okay, I guess. And then I'm going to move the picture back up here. I'm going to straighten it out right about here just to kind of get it. So you guys can kind of see what we can do. So now the heading there, no, it doesn't work. I think it would look better there. What I'm going to do here, just to kind of give you a little bit of a clue here. Look at this. It doesn't really look really good. Let me try something here. Now watch. I'm going to try the width. I'm going to try to extend the width. Let's see what happens. I'm trying to get it long enough to where writing will automatically go to the right of that. So it's still a little bit low. So I'm going to go up to like 370, 380. It should kick in here soon. There it goes. At 379, this just fit. So we went quite a ways up. So I can take it down. I can put it in the middle, as a matter of fact. And that doesn't look terrible at all. I mean, you got to be able to do everything yourself and be able to learn how to actually do it. Now this, I think, let me see something here. I can take this and put it up a little bit higher. I can take this up. So just so you guys kind of understand how we're doing it, I'm going to try to keep this a little bit lower there because of this highlights of the blue. Let me see this. I can kind of go here. And that doesn't really work well unless I pull this way up. And let me pull this a little bit left here, put that up. And you guys kind of get the understanding what I'm doing here. Let me just kind of keep that kind of odd like that. And then what I'll do here is, let me see something here. If I can do something a little different, I'll just drag it up just a little bit. We got a little bit of room here. It's tight, but it's a little room. And I can always move her up just a little bit more, give me more room, move this up a little bit, keep it in the gray to make it look okay. And there you go. And I could put content here if I wanted to, or I could drag this down to center it or bottom it so it looks better. And that may look a little bit better to kind of match the bottom part down here and here. And I'm going to move it a little bit over to this way because my space between here and here now is even. So you guys really kind of understand how easy it is. Drop and drag. We didn't have these tools years ago. We had a box and we had a WYSIWYG, which is, remember, the WYSIWYG is this white bar. That's all we had years ago. Now they have the advanced yellow bar with the tools, the drop and drag. It's so much easier. So anybody can do this. Now, I don't mind that. So I'm just going to hit save just to make sure. You always want to, it auto saves for you, but just hit save once in a while, you guys. You don't want to lose anything. And we'll get into more advanced things as we go forward, but this book's going to show you a lot more. And for people that are brand new, I do want to show you kind of some of the stuff that you may need in the future. Okay, we're going to go down to the next page. Let's see. Outline everything first. This is what I stated before. This is the single most important item you can remember when writing. I have several writers within my family, and everybody says outline, of course. The table of contents is where I start. That's my outline. I just throw things against the wall. Chapter 1, chapter 2. I make stuff up. And then from there, I start writing, adding content. And then a lot of times the chapters will change their names. But I had something to start with. If you don't start, you'll never finish. You'll never begin, basically. And I've done some of the most craziest books where I just threw such unbelievably, stuff that you would never want to write, and then it changes up. And then sure enough, you have something to go with. And it works. It just works. It always has for me. Okay, so now remember, outline, outline, outline. That is a big point. Now, if I look at this heading, this doesn't work. This doesn't look real good here. Let's see if I can move it. Okay, we got a problem on this one. Okay, let me show you guys something here. This is a tool. I think this is where I'm going to use the center. Let's see. Let's see if I can get to it. Okay, can I move to center here? No, I cannot. So this is a different element. This is my heading. Let me see. Okay. I think it's just out of the box here. Let me see if I can move it. Oh yeah, it is out of the box. Okay, let me just see if I can find move to center here. Okay. Text align center. Let me see here. Okay, this is not allowing me to do this because I got it stretched. As you can see, the yellow bar is outside of the realm here. Now I know there is a simple way for me to do it. And usually I can do it. Okay, go back, apply the text in the page. Nope, cancel that. So I wanted to move this. Okay, anyway, what I'm going to do then is just see if I can back this up a little bit. Okay, then I'm going to, let me see what I have here. Okay, what I want to really do is just see if I can knock this down a little bit. And that even looks better. Let me see now. Okay, I'm going to back it up a little bit. See if I can go a little bit. Okay, let's see if I can take this. And it is centered right now. I want to show you something. Align left. See how it goes left on me? And then, of course, center. It goes center, right. It'll go all the way right. And, of course, justify. It justifies. But we're going to go center for the sake of it. And I think that's okay. Let me see. I might just do a little bit of an italic. No, let me see. See if the italic works. Nah, I'm going to go back. I'm going to take the italic off. I'm going to bold it, though. I think that'll work better. And that's fine. So we'll keep that like it is. And usually I can move this, and I know I can find the way. I'm just not finding it on the tool right now, but that's fine. Oh, another thing is you can change the background too, you guys. The whole picture scheme. And we do show you that within the videos on YouTube. You got to see how to do it. Like on something here, if you hit the plus sign, it's going to take you to all the pictures and the backgrounds and some of the stuff that we've done. And you can upload your own pictures and then put them on the background. And what you do is you'll have your picture in a file, like on your computer, and we show you that in the videos, how to do it. And then what you'll do is you'll upload it here, you'll highlight it, click it, highlight it, and then you'll say upload is what you'll do. It's pretty much explanatory here. I'm going to get out of this, but you can change the background on a lot of this stuff, which we have done, basically. And I'm just explaining here. At one time, I wrote a book. I sold it for 10 grand. It wasn't a textbook. All it was a formula book for different formulas for color schemes for within the plastics industry. But that's something that wasn't a textbook. So yeah, it was an easy one. Another book that I wrote, and I know a lot of you guys have seen this one. I wrote a book in the first 2 weeks that I used Sqribble. I sold it for $2,700 to a company that needed it for they sell equipment from China to all over the world. And I was able to do an ebook form, which was kind of a training / informational book. And I sold it to them for $2,700. It was amazing. It happened so quick. And I documented that. I documented the wire and everything, the money that came in. So it works. Sqribble works very, very well, as I say here. And I always say, dig deep, start editing, use the tools. You're not going to break the tools, you guys. You just want to get in here and really make it work. Now, editing pictures and content and stuff is really something that if you don't know how to copy and paste, and I know that sounds crazy for a lot of people, don't worry about it. If you've never been able to, copy and paste, we show you how to do that. And don't ever be embarrassed. No one's going to see you here. No one knows really who each other is here. So copy and paste. I can remember way back in the day when I thought it was the coolest thing when I learned how to copy and paste. So we do show you down here for the Mac. We show you on how to copy and paste in Windows. So if you go to the YouTube channel and you guys see the videos and everything that we have there, you guys should be able to go. You can go online and see how to copy and paste, but so important. Copy and paste, as easy as it is for many of you, a lot of people have never done it before. So please go through the Book of Armor because it does show you pretty much how to do everything. Now see how I don't have this lined up? I'm going to show you guys something here. See how it's out of whack here and this one's out of whack here. Now watch what I'm going to do here. I'm going to hit the grids and I'm going to say narrow and I'm going to say dark and there it is. And you see the grid now. This goes away. This is just a balance for me. Now watch what I can do here. So I can take this over to the second line and just have, I can put it right there. Look at that. Look at that. So I don't have to be the guesser here. So I can put 2 on a line here, line it up to the second one, close enough. 3's close, but I'm going to make it a little more perfect and go up on the line. Why not? And there you go. Then I go back up to grid and I say remove. And looky there, you guys. Look at that. That lined it right up. So the grids are cool. The grids truly are cool. And right here, I didn't really line up the picture, but it looks good. It does. So I copied and pasted, or I took an image of this. And we're going to show you how to use some of the tools out there that you can get yourself. I myself use Snagit, but there's other ones out there, and we're going to show you some of the other ones. Snagit is like a one-time fee. I don't make money on it. No one makes money. It's a tool that I've used for well over a decade, and the newer versions are amazing, but it does everything. You can capture videos, you can record them, you can save them, you can capture images. You really got to have it. You really got to have a capture tool if you're doing anything online. I mean, we're here to make money. You're not here really for the practice. You're here to write a book. You're here to show content online. And darn it, if you don't have all the tools, you're going to have difficulty. I have to say, Sqribble is one of the best tools I've ever had. And I've been online for 20 plus years, you guys. I truly have. And I love Sqribble. It's making my day so much easier. In the past, I had to have 20 tools. Now I can basically have one tool and do the book itself, and then another tool like Snagit, which helps me with the images and videos and things like that. So I couldn't have done this without Sqribble, and I couldn't have, there's other things I need when I take images and different elements within here. Like this picture right here, I was able to take it with one of those like Snagit, which just captures the image for me. I can size it out. I can import it into here with ease and then pull it in here. Now watch this. I want to show you something here. See this right here? Let's see if I can make this just a little bit bigger here. Let's see. But see the content over here? It's a little bit bigger. Let's just see if I can do it. Just so you guys can see. Okay, image height is 280. Now, see this right here where it says image width, image height. I'm highlighting it. Maintain ratio. Now, you guys are probably thinking, what does maintain ratio mean? It means if I change the top one or the bottom one, the ratio is going to automatically change the other ratio, either the width or the height. So watch this. I'm thinking, just looking at it, it's probably 10 pixels more. I'm thinking maybe 10 pixels. So I'm going to change it to 378. So I'm going to go up from 368, if you can't see that, to 378. Let's see when I get it there. No, I'm higher. I'm at 382. Okay, that's just about there. Okay, so that's close enough, you guys. So I went from 368 to almost 20 pixels. It was actually 19 pixels. So I just hit it, and it changed this one too. Watch. If I go down, it changes the one right below it too. So I'm going to go back up to like 387. Then I can drag it just a little bit just to make it a little bit better. And all's good. Just remember, you want to keep the space over here the same as the space pretty much over here too. So I can move this one just a little bit over, and I can leave that one come down just a little bit. And there we go. So you guys can see that. And that looks okay. That does. So I was able to balance that. So you guys can really do a lot of different things with the editors. Just play with them. Really, really play with them. And a lot of times, I do have to tell you guys, when I come to a page, some of the pages are built for you with different pictures in them, and I just change them out. Or I'll take a picture like this, hit the duplicate clone button, and then I'll have this picture cloned. I'll drag it over to here, and then I'll resize it. I can resize it so it's wider than this one. And the height is maybe different too. So I can it's the easiest way to do it. It's really smart. Just duplicate it and pull it down and then do it. Same with the boxes up here of content. You can duplicate the content and then drag over and then write your content again. That's what makes Sqribble so amazing. You can truly change these things up very, very quickly as you go forward. I mean, I love it. I love it. So click the elements. So there we go. I'm going to come back down. How to use the editing tools within Sqribble. This is in the book of armor, which we show you the videos, like I said, on YouTube. And this goes through it. This is detailed on bringing your content into your ebook, how to navigate with the WYSIWYG editors. I have pictures of the WYSIWYGs right here, and I explain how they work. This is how you spell WYSIWYG. And it's just a really weird wording for it, but that's how it is. And I was able to make this, and then I did the boxes, I did the content, and in the book itself, there's clickable links and everything else. I get down into the nitty gritty here, and I don't think you guys can see this because it's probably too small. This is for the advanced editor, the yellow bar that you guys see a lot of times, this bar right here. So let me click out of this. Let me see. Yeah, this bar. The yellow bar is definitely the advanced editor. So when you get the book of armor, you guys are going to be able to go through this. You're going to be able to see it and go forward. Now, let's go back down here. My first 2 weeks into the program, I did make a book for I sold it for $2,700. I wasn't even really doing the webinars or anything for Sqribble yet. I truly wasn't. I just bought the software for myself. This was back in November, you guys. It wasn't that long ago. So I just bought it, and instantly I thought, wow, man, this is going to help me out. This is cool. I'm really going to be able to go to town. Sure enough, within 2 weeks, I made an ebook, and I sold it for $2,700 to a company. And I was just amazed. And then right after that, I was able to make another book. I made $1,000. Then I did another book for $2,500. This is all in the span of just 6-7 months. I did that. And I had another book coming out right away for another company. So I want you guys, I'll give you guys all the information, what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. Mine were training manuals, like I said. Mine were different books. And some of the companies, I don't know everything about the companies. I know some of the equipment for the industry that I know the niche of, but some of these companies I've never really been with their machines before, but I dig in. I get the data, I get the content, I get the images, and I go forward with it. And I'm going to show you guys some of the tricks that you need to do as you guys are selling books or whatever you're doing. Just remember, everybody, whether you want to know it or not, has a little bit of an ego. And the older you get, I think the less ego you get. Maybe we just get tired. I don't know. But but I know with companies and the owners and their employees and all this stuff, I always say when you're doing a book for somebody, make sure you put a picture of the owner and the employees. Just do that because it makes them feel good, the owners, and it gives, gratification for the employees too that work so hard for that company. And I use that every time. I truly do. And I dig in. I ask questions, and never be afraid to ask questions. Don't be a dumb and think, oh God, I can't ask them that question. I'm too shy, blah, blah, blah. It's amazing. When you ask people anything, they'll tell you. If you ask something, they will tell you. I mean, you can ask people anything. It's just crazy what people will tell you. So don't feel like you're underneath or beneath somebody, like an owner that's making millions and millions of dollars. Go right for the gusto, go right for it, and just say, hey, how much did you earn last year as a company? If they don't tell you, usually they will. Oh, we did this much. How many employees you have? Who's your best employee? And then what you'll do is you'll work around it. I'm not saying, hey, this person's the best employee within their book, but you do want to highlight people's pictures, things like that. Just get to know dig in and have a field of questions that you guys are doing. That's what I do. I just pretty much take it and run with it. Now what I do is I duplicate the books, rewrite the content, rewrite the pictures, and make another dollar. And that's what I've done. Okay, so this book was, anything was possible. I said my story was a basic manual on how to of a 3D machine. Think outside the box. And that's just what I did here. And I said all businesses owners have an ego. So like I just said, you want to make sure the first page is the owner and employees every single time. So I'm going to go back down here a little bit. You guys can kind of see, and look what Sqribble can do here. It can do tables. Now, if you've never done a table, we'll get more into it. All a table is, it's like an Excel spreadsheet where it has boxes, like 3 columns and 3 rows. It have a box and then another box, and you can put things in the different box, like here, and then items down here. It'll have different rows, and we'll show you. We do show you that. Go to the books, and this is you'll see it in the on the YouTube channel, you just got to scroll down because there's a lot of videos that we've done since then. So just go do that. And we have charts. We have charts within Sqribble also, which you can do different things within. Writing tables, I give a brief explanation on how you can actually do it. So just look at that and get more into that as you go forward. Colorize your ebook. Another thing I didn't tell you guys is when you own Sqribble and say you own another set of templates, really cool, you can say here, add a new page. And remember this, this is what you do. You can go here and you can say import, this will go right to the book that you're in, or you can say import pages from packs or import pages from others. So different things. I change it up. Like these page right here is not from this book. I'll go to the packs like here, and then it'll be here. And I'll pick any page within here. And look at all the different categories we have here. Puzzles, quarantine, journals, done for you, blah, blah, blah. Then another one here. This is another bedding, computers. So you guys, the sky's the limit. We have, I mean, come on. This is, if you can't make something really work out of this, then we all have issues. So all I can say is just truly go for it. If you've never sold a book before, I'm here to help you out to make sure that you can sell a book. Be inventive is what I say. This is a QR code. I've never really used a QR code before. I've used it when I do different communication systems around the world because I do work for companies. Like I've worked a lot in China and other places. The QR code they make you use if you're doing like WeChat or WhatsApp. Sometimes you have to, it's really cool. You can scan it right on the computer and then all of a sudden the computer will relay with your phone and it will automatically log you in. You know, it's strange, it's crazy, but it does work. Here I explain what a QR code does. Basically, it's a storage device. It has 4,200 characters, blah, 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 but it can do a lot of different things. I don't even really, I understand the QR code, but I don't use it that much to understand it that well. But I just had to show it here because we have that within the system. So very cool. This is another page that I brought from another pack, completely different from this page. And then here, I want to show you guys Pixabay is another place where you can get free images. Love Pixabay and I love Pexels. These are free imaging sites. So you can go in there, you can take the pictures, you can resize them, you can use them for your website. Wonderful. This is all content that you don't need a license for. And it is, you know, it's under Pixabay, so it makes them safe basically. So Pixabay and Pexels is where you will go if you need other images, and you're going to need other images. Images is the visual for your book. So when you're writing your book, whether you like a lot of pictures or not, throw pictures in your book. You can always edit them out, but sometimes having cool pictures in there gives you a visual and helps you write. You know, it just does. It just does. I mean, I am not anywhere near the writing. Some of the capabilities of some of the writers we have in this meeting, I've met a lot of you guys, 100 times better than I ever could be. I am not by any means the best writer, but the only thing that I have going for me is I go for it and I just don't stop. And do I like making money from these books? Heck yes. Are you kidding me? And that's where I'm driven. And I'm working on another one now that's a big one, a pretty big book for me, for another company, a complete another company. I don't know where I find these, but I'm going to show you how I do it, you guys, how I do find these, and it works for me. And these are companies I've never met the owners before, never worked with them, and I start getting going with them. I'll show you kind of what I do to get started and all this other stuff. Now, the best capture software, images and videos. Snagit 2022. It was that PC editor's choice. I love this tool. There is other ones, Screencast-O-Matic, A Shampoo. Use whatever you possibly can. Some of these are free, so go get them. I think Snagit's around $60. It's a one-time fee. You don't have to pay again. They'll say upgrade, upgrade. If you get a new version of it, you'll use it for 5 or 10 years. The cool thing about it is if you take an image and say you do a bank statement, you can fade the numbers. You can fade your account number. You can add an arrow and say, this is my money I earned. And you can write a little text here. And you can do little images. They have tons of images with arrows and highlighting. And it's the coolest tool. It just makes you look like a pro, even if you're not. I mean, look what I've done here. And I couldn't have done it without all these tools that we have. Sqribble is by far, though, this is the platform of all platforms. It is the best platform I've ever used. I used to write software years ago. We used to write software like this, but it was so archaic compared to today's software. So like I've always said, my hat's off to Adil and the crew. Okay, Screencast-O-Matic. It captures images or up to 15 minutes of videos. This is really cool. A Shampoo does 4K recordings. Now, since it said 15 minutes of video, I got to tell you up here, Snagit does unlimited. You can do complete videos. So if you're trying to do a training and you want to go back on it, you can highlight the video and you can hit record and you can record anything you want online yourself and save it to your desktop. That's how cool Snagit is. I do that all the time. Or it helps you, you can piece together different pieces of video. You can do 30 seconds here, 20 seconds here, another minute here, and you can splice them together. And you don't have to be a genius to do this. If I can do it, you can do it. Believe me, I'm no genius, but I just use the tools. So these are some other ones, like I said, Shea Shampoo and that. Okay, so here we go here. If you're trying to write an ebook and you have no idea where to start and you want to write something that's really interesting, and you want to go global, travel, sports cars, whatever, find your niche, call your niche and target, have something that you're going to target within the story. You really got to. And I always say great people, great people are hard to duplicate and great people are not always made. Great people are found. So a lot of you that are writing stories out there, believe it or not, any one of you can be the next person that leapfrogs over the next one. And what I mean is I've worked with a lot of professionals through the years, a lot of multimillionaires, a lot of them. We were all doing back in the day, it was so phenomenal in the early stages of the internet. We were getting 10% on every email that we sent. It was printing money. It truly was printing money. We got to a point where we were legally sending out 1 million emails every day, and we were getting 10% back with sales. Imagine it. We were phenomenal. We were with the biggest players in the country. But since then, of course, now it's 0.001 is what you get. You'll never get 10% again. But it was fun. And what we did was, we worked with a lot of people across the country, and a lot of the great people that you see out there, like Frank Kearns. Frank was a good friend of mine, and Frank did super well. He was one of the guys that made $1 million, and he did it a couple times, $1 million in a day. Frank did it a couple times, $1 million in a day. And these were some of the people we were working with in the day. Now, we were doing a couple million in a year with our teams, and we did this consistently. But there were some guys out there that just blew it out of the water that, we all knew and we were all working together. But it's funny. We were doing so much better than some of these guys at the time. And then the next day, those guys came in and leapfrogged over us and made a lot of money. And then a year or whatever, 6 months down the road, you again leapfrogged over them. So what I'm saying to you is never think someone's going to beat you all the time. It happens where people like yourselves, like myself, never think that you can never change what you're doing and that you can't pass somebody up. You will, and you will again and again and again. You always will. So, just change who you are and really work and focus. If you work 8 hours a week, you're going to get 8 hours worth of money. If you work 80 hours a week, you're going to get 10 times, 20 times, 100 times the money that you did if you only work 8 hours. If you work hard, you work a lot, it just seems to come about. The more you put in, the more you get out. And if you want retirement and you want to earn some big bucks, the harder you work now, it'll get easier. Every book you'll do will be less and less. If you're putting 80 hours in, the next time you do it, you'll put 60, and the next time it'll be 40, and you'll get the same results just because you're quicker, you're faster, and you just know. Now, whatever your beliefs are, just know it really, it's you. You can pray to any God, you can pray to anybody, and I love that. That's wonderful. But believe me, it's you. You got to start with you. Don't ever put yourself down. Don't ever think terrible thoughts. Awaken yourself and just reverse whatever you have in your mind. If you're thinking about bills and you're thinking about money and I don't earn enough and blah, 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 just blank it out. Know you're going to do well. That's pretty much what I do. And let me tell you, I've been at the highest high and the lowest lows myself. But if you keep thinking forward and you just don't look back, it's amazing. Things happen for you overnight. It really does. And I'm not saying that. It's not just, it happens. Craziest stuff happens as you go forward. I just don't think of anything negative or behind me anymore. I just go forward. And it works out well. Okay, so just keep pushing forward. And you guys can see I added page after page, different colors, things like that. And it worked out pretty well. So go to the YouTube channel, please, please. And I want you guys to go do that. And if you have any questions whatsoever, you guys, if you guys can, come to me. I am asking, we're going to show you the ghost book that we're doing right now. We're going to go through it real quick. My hat's off to a few people that have really inputted here. Lynn has done a great job editing. Percy, I know, has put some in there. And we just want to really push you guys what we're doing. Okay, somebody's asking for me to leave a comment. We can do that as we go forward. Okay, so I'm going to get out of this. And I am actually going to go back. And we will, some of the books that we did, and then this is something I want to kind of give you guys a clue on. You guys can kind of see some of the projects that I've done. And I haven't done that many, but I've done enough. But if you go to some of the channels out there, I'm going to tell you this. The books that earn the most money are the ones that talk about money. I mean, those are the ones that are getting the most views, the most hits. And those are the books like this book right here got a lot of views on the YouTube channel. This one did too. So people really want to know how to make money, how to earn an income, how to get in there. So if you're writing a book or you're doing something, just think of that. Even if you're writing, fiction, nonfiction, whatever, people gravitate toward money. They just do. And those books get a lot of views. YouTube is very, very simple for you to go do a free channel. We will show a video on how you guys can set up your ebooks within YouTube and video ebooks. We did a video ebook within the system. We showed you guys how to do that online so you guys can dig in some of the other stuff. So I'm going to go back up here. I'm going to go in here. We're going to go to edit. I love this. This is a group effort here, the ghost conspiracy theories. And it's going to continue on, and we're going to grow and grow as we go forward. But it's really starting to take some room here. And I haven't had a lot of time to put into it. Like I said, the members have done more than I have easily in the last couple of weeks within this ebook. And I need to get in here and do a lot more. We're going to do some editing and some other stuff, but it's coming out pretty cool. We started this 3 or 4 weeks ago, and we were just having fun. We were just online, and I brought a few people online, said, hey, would you guys like to do this? Should we try it? And Adil was our main focus here. He was the gentleman within the book. And we just started ghost conspiracy theories, and we called the Sqribble team did it. This is New Orleans, perfect place to do a ghost story. If you've never been to New Orleans within Louisiana, within the United States, oh boy, it's a fun city, and it's a spooky city. Just like this. No, it's great. It's cool. So this is where we started, and you guys can see some of the stuff that we've written. There's no evidence that Adil really saw a ghost, but plates were being thrown around and had him in the kitchen. Now, I want you to look at this. Plates were being thrown around at him in the kitchen. Okay, and then the parish. Within New Orleans, they call the counties or the districts parishes. Like, this is the garden district or the parish, or they have some really different names down here. Very French. And then we talk about, this is just the story about Adil, and he saw a ghost, and then we put the different pictures in, and you guys can see some of the content here. It's really good pictures here. And these are from members. These are from members that threw a lot of the stuff within the system here. And I got to show you the new version. I'm going to pull up the new version here in just a second. This is kind of one of the older versions we're going to upload. He finally opened the door. We went down. You guys can see the pictures and what we did. And it's taken a life of its own. Now, hang on here. This is like and see right here, we didn't even change the content yet. This is the content that we had on the page. This is the demo content. It doesn't mean anything. It's just a filler. So we had that in here. Now, this is this is the book here. I'm going to show you guys exactly what we had on the new book. So just give me a second here. I'm going to pull it up. And I've got to find it. I'm just going to say heck with it, you guys. I'm just going to show you my big file system here. No. Okay, hang on a sec. It's going to come up. Give it a second. But a lot of you are doing a great job. And welcome. Like I said, if you're part of the new group here, we want you guys to input. It's the best thing you could possibly do. Like I said, I don't care if it's a sentence or if it's a paragraph or it's 10 pages. Send something into the ghost book. If you want to add to the ghost book, I'm going to put in I'm going to put into the chat bar my email. And one thing you guys got to know about me, I never solicit you guys to anything, any business, anything. It's pretty much a two-way communication. I'll never come to you for to get you into another business or anything like that. That's not me. I'm just doing the training here, and that's the job that I'm doing for Sqribble and the team. Okay, so hang on. Here we go. I'm going to jump into. Okay, here we go. I'm going to jump into the ghost story, and then I'm going to pull up the new ghost story, and then let me see. Okay, hang on. I'm going to pull it up. I don't think that's it. Here we go. And this was sent to me from Lynn. Lynn. We just got, I can't say enough about you, Lynn. Thank you. Done such a great job. And here it comes. Excuse me. Okay, this has changed just a little bit. I kind of want to show you how one of our members took it and ran with it, which I think it's way better. And that's good. That's what we want. We all kind of want to work together here. So I'm going to put them side by side and kind of run with them a little bit. It's making me do that. Hang on a second. I'm going to take this and just stretch it just a little bit, you guys. So hang on. Sometimes it's a little more difficult. And you got to sometimes, okay, let's hope that doesn't. Okay, so I'm going to go all the way up on this one. You guys can kind of see the changes that have been made. So the ghost conspiracy stories, ghost agenda. Okay, so you can kind of see the first page has changed. The first page, table of contents, And I kind of like a lot of this stuff. Yeah, we could put a picture here, but like the highlights over here were just, we threw this up. This doesn't look great by any means, but this was just fun. We were doing it quick within the meeting. And then down here, I want to show you this. And this is one of our members. And remember about the plate breaking. Now, I asked Lynn about this. Lynn took probably 10 different shots with her editing software, God bless her, and she put the plates on the floor. The plates were a different image, and some of the different things within here were a different image, and she was able to throw them down onto the floor, and this is what we were talking about. Now, the text here, we're going to find a little bit different color here because I think it's kind of blotted out, but you kind of get the story here of basically kind of where we're going and how much people are putting effort into this. So we go to another page, and let me see if we have the same picture. I don't think we do, but you can see how the newer book now is looking even better. And then we have the picture here, slight grin, and very well done on the pictures and the borders. And now a lot of this other software that we're talking about, like Snagit or some of the other ones, they'll put borders around your pictures to frame them up, make them look really good. This was done really well here, the content and how it was moved around. Thought it was great. And then this, believe it or not, I like this gold square and how the content comes into it and leads away. Now you may say, that kind of looks weird. Nah, it catches my eye and it makes me want to read it more. So sometimes things like this that's a hook to me. As little as it is, it just brought me into it to read it because it's so unusual. Okay, then you can see here where the content's on the left, the picture was moved to the right. The content goes a little bit over here, a little bit down here. It's kind of back and forth, but it looks great. It really does. I mean, it's a ghost story, so it's twisted, and so it's great. It's great the way it was formatted. Look how much of a high detail image this is. This is almost like a 4K image. It looks great. And I like the different text. Now in the system, we have literally 100 different fonts. And you can see this is a really cool font. This is a different font than this. And this works. I love this font right here. And it says, at least his father had left her this two-story home a few. And this is one little error. I just caught this one. At least his father had left her. Now we need to change this. At least her father had left her, because we're talking about a boy and a girl here, it looks like, but that's nothing. So it's great. So we can auto generate the, okay, content numbers are manually done. Can we auto generate the table of content numbers? Yes, you can, Tony. Tony just asked a great question. Can we auto generate the table? Yes. And we will show you how to do that. It is, if you go to the, we did show how to do that in one of the trainings. It should be in the Book of Armor, how you can auto generate the tables, and it'll put the numbers on them right away. Great question, Tony. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so you see that comes down here. Use the same page here, the broken glass. So this is just kind of, what we're doing here. This is our story. So if you guys want to send something in for the story, we're going to keep writing on this. Someone just sent me in some more pages for a different story. So my idea maybe turned into a book with several stories in it. Now, I want you guys' input on that as we go forward. If you guys think that's a great idea, we'll keep running with this one. This one may be 50 pages. This one may be, 100 pages. I don't know. And then when it ends, we can always add another ghost story or another spooky story. I think it's great. I think this is going to turn into something that's kind of cool. Who knows? Who knows? If we all dig deep and we work together, we're going to have more of a team. If it really starts looking like where it's really starting to go, I'm going to get a deal on the team to get different rooms for us so we can all come together and we can all work together side by side. I think we're going to see where it goes. We're just starting. So I like this. The images look great. And there's so many pages. Now, the car here is it Dung Upper here? He placed his wet shirt in the back seat. Okay. So it shows you the different things here. And we can all change this up as we go forward. And so we have this, different pictures. I like the gray in here. The gray gives it kind of a spooky look here. And then this color here. This is kind of a blackish red. And I don't know if you guys can see this like I see it, but it's dark and it's very cool. I don't know if you guys have ever seen, I think it's on Netflix. It's called Stranger Things. A lot of you may not be into it, may be into it. It's a spook fest. And it's, I got to say, I think it's been out 3 or 4 years. And, a couple of years, they were good. They were okay. I mean, really spooky. I just watched part of it this year. It's amazing, some of the stuff that they're doing. Some of the writers, 2 brothers had did this. And I saw them online just recently, and they said, we worked so hard. We were begging for money. It was the hardest thing we ever did. We were nothing. We made no money. Now each of them is worth like 20 million a piece. And they said it was the hardest thing they ever did. The first year, it was really tough. Now they're, one of the #1 shows on Netflix, but they're 2 young brothers. They're twins. And they started from nothing. And they said, if you think it's hard, it is hard. But we kept working and we kept working. And so I just always think of Stranger Things when I think of this ghost story. And I like these eyes here with the red eyes. Very good. And a great touch, I have to say, Lynn, putting in the different colors, the black and the fade and how we did it here. And then, of course, we come back here to the faded and or to the dishes that were broken. And then we got the old gal here, the old Mrs. Chowdhury, who lived in the house. That's Adil's mom in the story, not in real life. This is great. This is great. So you guys really see kind of where we're going and what we're doing here. So we're going to continue. If you guys want to get a copy of the story, I'll send you a copy, but only if you want to put some content in. You could read the story and then see where your content will fit in. If you do want to write something outside the story, and we're going to start a second book probably. Someone already did it. Someone already sent me content. I haven't been able to go through it completely. I did read part of it. It was a great start. Truly, it was a great start. So we'll see where that goes also. But we want to give you all an opportunity to kind of get the spotlight as we go forward. So I'm going to keep going down, and you guys can see it's a long book. She did great. She did 25 pages, and I love the last page with the ghost lady here. Beautiful, beautiful. Lynn did a great job. Fantastic job, you guys. So with all of that, I hope you guys got a little bit out of it tonight. Basically, I really had to get back into Sqribble. We've had so many people ask the company for us to get back in and do the editing, and we really needed to do that. There's a lot of people that are just starting out, so Excuse me if we were into the book for the last couple of weeks, but we were really getting into it, and it was a lot of fun. If you guys have any questions right now on points that you really need help with, put them into the chat bar right now. If you guys have anything, and you have my email, if you guys want to ask me any questions and say, hey, Kevin, I'm having a problem starting, or hey, Kevin, I don't know how to start the niche, or whatever, or I need help with the ghost book, just, give me a line, just drop me a line on the email there, and I'll get back to you. And if there's anything I can do to help you guys out, that's great. But the main objective here is we all want to make some money. We truly do. If you're doing this for the fun, God bless you. That's wonderful. It is fun, but I surely like making money too. So we'll go forward. Okay, everybody. I think a lot of you are going to send me emails from what I'm seeing here. Yeah. Just send the emails in. I'm getting questions. Okay, that's great. Okay, everybody. We're going to finish up for tonight. I do appreciate everybody being on. Once again, I do want to say next week, Presentar from Adil is coming out. I've seen it. I've gone through it. If you think Sqribble is unbelievably great, Presenter is another level within itself. It's a beautiful. It really does a great job adding to Sqribble if you had Sqribble and Presenter within itself. Having another tool by Sqribble like Presenter, I can't say enough. And maybe I should, maybe I can't, and I know I shouldn't say anymore, but I just want you guys to, if you guys get a chance, there's going to be meetings and different things going on here in the next couple of weeks with it. But take a look at Presenter. I think it's going to be out next Monday. Really have a look at it, because the tools are everything. Without the tools, you really will struggle. And I couldn't do it without it. I've done everything because of the tools. So with all that, thank you. Have a great night. And everybody, we will talk to you soon. Thank you. Take care, you guys.